Stuff lovers, fellow pickers, it's great to see you again. Sorry I haven't been around for a while. There's really no reason for it. I have been busy. You know what it's like. But also, lately there have been a couple of sales. So it's more worth it to do it now than throughout the winter when we go thrifting and there isn't as much that we pick up and things like. I did have COVID before Christmas, after Christmas, in January. So, you know, that disrupted things a little bit as well. Although I was barely sick. So just want you to know that. And, you know, before Christmas, like my husband had to go in for a kidney stone crushing. And that was, you know, disruptive as well, but we're all fine. Great news. There were 2 estate sales and it's been a while. So we're really happy to share with you what we decided to pick up at those sales, what we found. It wasn't that obvious because prices were not super cheap and wonderful. And of course, as soon as I got to one of the estate sales, through the living room window, I see this guy sitting on the couch and I'm like, there's only one type of sale where we usually have this guy sitting on the couch most of the sale, and it's this estate sale runner who is a little pricey and shouty. So I was like, oh no, Virgil is this guy, and you know. So we just shrugged and said, we're here and we're going to go see what there is. And we managed to get things for an okay price, like, you know, for real profit. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you the other estate sale we went to. Well, I'll show you what we got. So let's see. So at the first estate sale, where we recognize the sale runner, we did get this camera. We got a couple of other pieces of electronics, so that kind of made it worth it. This camera is probably, because the flash is not working, aside from that it's working very well, probably going to be like $40 maybe $50 if we're lucky. So that's not bad because it probably came to $5 or $10 or $15 even. But you know, that's fine. Like you can't make, you know, 17 times your money on everything, and you know how it goes. So then we also picked up this lamp, which I will be handed by my wonderful assistant, also the guy manning the camera, this lamp. And it's one of those really cool desk lamps, which usually brings in a good profit. We've sold lamps like this probably around $70, a little more, a little less. This one was just $10. It doesn't, it's not stamped any brand name, but all the same, it's very good quality, and we're hoping for that kind of money, hopefully $60, $80, something like that. Also at that sale, I went to the living room, the bedroom, where there were things. There were clothes and such. I couldn't find much that I felt good about. This is a Vera Bradley, of course. And it's a pattern called Petit Point. So Petit Point pattern, Vera Bradley purse, and that was about $5. And I'll probably make 15 on that, which is just a helpful amount. He had a few things like that. There were a few purses. There were boxes of buttons, which I can never get anywhere with. By the time I sort things out and try and sell them, I never am able to sell buttons. unless they're nice Victorian steel cut buttons or something like that. But there was this little purse, this little evening clutch, I should call it. It's all beaded, very nicely beaded, little bit of mother of pearl on top here, and it even has its evening glows inside the purse, which just makes it charming. And you know, I'll sell them along with it. Sometimes I've even done like small lots of evening purses. If I can get evening purses for $5 or less is about what I'd like, because, you know, some of them will be worth a little more, a little less. You put it all in a lot, and if I sell it for, let's say, $30 for 3 purses or something, then I'm making a little money. I may try and sell it by itself. It's got a nice design. It's not very old, but it's vintage. It could be anywhere. Well, actually, I'm going to look at the tag again and we'll have a better idea. Oh, what an idea. It says made in Japan. So I'm thinking probably 60s. It's fairly clean inside as well. And yeah, I've been selling some purses, some evening purses like that, and lots of them lately. People seem to be interested, so fine. I'll pick up the odd one now and again, because that seems to be a seller right now. That's kind of it for that place that I can show you, as I said, aside from the electronics. And then the next sale, there was a lot of stuff. And the prices were okay, but you had to be careful because it could quickly become like you're not really thinking of the prices, and all of a sudden you've paid too much for everything. But anyways, this in this house, some of the stuff is stuff they've brought over from other sales. So there was a small collection of milk glass, white milk glass, which there was nothing thrilling there. So I decided to go with some safe things, because I don't know, like little milk glass candlesticks, let's say. I don't know how much I'm going to make on that. Not much, you know. It's hard to price that stuff. Or you have to be a real expert in milk glass to know that, ooh, yes, but this one is older and this pattern is a thing, and I don't know. So, I picked up. It's not milk glass, but it was amongst the milk glass collection. It is a Fenton basket. It's a Silvercrest Fenton basket, and that will usually be maybe 12 to 15, maybe a little bit more. Also on that table, to achieve a white scheme, they put this picture. And recently I sold an ironstone pitcher, a lot older, but still just a plain ironstone pitcher for $40 that I bought for $5. I was like, yeah, people do like white pitchers if they're... This has a nice pattern. It's just a soothing kind of farm style thing, and it's got its Pier 1 import sticker, and some people really like their quality and designs. It's in good shape. So I picked that up, and that was probably about $5 or so as well. Okay, nothing broken yet. That's a good sign. Also on that table, okay, I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to get this big bowl out of the way because it's in the middle of everything. Okay, this big bowl. did not have its lusters here. We added that because we had some and realized that it was missing them. It's supposed to have 16. We found 8. We put those on there. We got the bowl for $10, which is not bad considering. Nice crystal. Nice, beautifully hand-cut crystal. It's large. It's on this wonderful piece of brass. I think there's a crowd for that. You know, that's a particular style. And I think we'll do okay with that. Maybe not tons, you know, 35, I don't know, 40 would be great. So we're happy with that. It is really heavy, so I'm going to try and do something and put it somewhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's going over here. Ta-ta-da. Oh, okay. Did not break anything. Good. Okay. Now we've got something that I really liked, so I decided to pick it up. It's not going to be a winner, you know, I don't think. From what I've looked up, this is not stuff that goes for a lot of money, but I love the fact that it's a vanity set, a little dressing table set. This is milk glass. This, I can't tell if it's milk glass or satin glass. It's milk glass. And this is more satin glass. See how it's more matte. But loved that the stopper is present. I love the shape of that. It has that Rococo dresser table feeling, you know. If it was just in glass with some amulu on it, it would look like 18th century. So I just love the shape and style. They were a $5 each. So $5 each. Nice little jar, rectangular jar. There's no, you know, real, I don't see any damage to them. This looks like it was painted more recently on it, but that's fine. This, I guess, looks a little more like it's a little fainter. Maybe the painting is older on this. It's hard for me to tell. Anyways, I don't know. I'd be really happy with like $20 a piece, but we'll see. But I decided to take a chance because sometimes I've never had the experience of selling that kind of vanity item with that look. So we shall see. At the same place, I got this purse, which is not super old, but still, I'm going to tell you right now that it is made in France by hand. Walborg, it says. So probably from the 60s. I would like it to be a little older, but anyways, but lots of beading. Even on the top here. Beautiful little flowers somewhere. So I don't know. I paid $15 for it. Sometimes I get a good response on these beaded purses. It's got a little wear here. So we'll see. We'll see. So at the same place, of course, this person had, well, not this person, they had brought to the house, I think, also a collection of purple glass. And we looked at the pictures on the sale ahead of time, and I was like, it's interesting. There was also a collection of cobalt glass. I was kind of interested in that too, but someone bought it while I was there. I was kind of more or less about it because some of it was just very regular, very like wine glasses and things. I still you know, it's nice that the thing is cobalt blue. That usually helps to sell it, but it still has to do a thing, you know, and still has to have a particular shape or style or something recognizable or be signed or something. So, but of the purple stuff that was left, I decided to go and buy a few things. Again, I was a bit like, what is the best way to do this? Should I get most of it? And looking at it, all of the glass to me, most of them were vases, and they looked very commonplace, you know. There was no recognizable style that I would go, you know, it's this shape, it's this. So that's going to be more work than it's worth, I felt. I picked up the things that I thought had something distinctive about them and that I felt were really good. Like this, I would put up on my mantelpiece myself. I love the little bit of enamel work. I love the style, which to me is very turn of the century, Art Nouveau a bit, you know, a bit reminder of the Titanic era. Nicely done. It's got a couple of nipples here. I don't care. So I don't know. That was about $5 and I don't know. We'll see how much it does. I like this. I like the pattern in it. It looks so delicate. The lovely, lovely shade of violet, almost pink at the bottom. I love the play of light on this glass. I'm almost thinking of keeping it just because it's lovely. That was $5 too. When I saw that, I thought, there is a snifter I bought recently, well, this year, and it was a little taller than this, maybe this tall, about that, like, maybe, that we sold for, I think, $45. It was kind of like a blue-green, and it was sort of dimpled, but I love this amethyst color. It has a good shape, I'd say from the 60s, 70s, and that was $5 too. So I think we'll do okay with that. And I'm hoping we'll do more than 30, maybe. Ooh. There you go. Then when I had enough of a few things going, okay, I actually am buying something at this sale, we'll make a bit of a package, you know, because when I've got like 2 things at an estate sale, I'm going, they're probably not going to lower the price. You know, I'm probably going to be buying these 2 things by themselves. But when I've amassed enough things where I'm going, they'll probably give me a better price because now I've got 10 things, you know. Then I start looking at the other stuff that wasn't maybe my main goal to get. But I was like, oh yeah, what is this? It's espresso related thing. And I'm going, that's probably a milk frother. And it's what it is, a milk frother for your stovetop, right? And it turns out to be Italian. We did enough research to ascertain that. And my husband cleaned it and did the thing and tested it, and it works. So, oh, sorry. It may be something like, I'm going to say conservatively $40, but maybe closer to 50, maybe a little more. Anyways, these are always good things. $5. We paid $5, and anything related to like espresso making kind of thing we're always on the lookout for, because sometimes, like at this sale, that's not their star item. They're not going to put $40 on this, you know, they don't care if this sells. So I always try and get in a few of those items so that the stuff we paid a little more for, even if we don't get tons on it, well, then this might compensate more than enough. There were odd bits and things. This little jewelry case is cute with a nice little green kind of felt interior. And a lot of people have been buying needlepoint stuff from me. So, and what I mean is not needlepoint kits. I mean purses or things that are already made. So maybe they'll give me more than $5 for this. So that would be good. And this one room, they had a few hats. They had some purses. There were a few things that I'm going, if it's cheap enough, I want to see what we can do with this. So here's this green hat. And that's from Monsieur Léon. No, Monsieur Léon. And so probably from the 60s, I would say. Then we have this hat, which I will now model for you. Because on a day like today, you need a little bit of a gay hat. You need gaiety and jollity in your life. So you could take a screenshot and then put that somewhere in your house when you need a good laugh. And so that was good as well. Yvette Fortin made this somewhere in Quebec. And it also came with this little, I can only think of it in French for a moment, voile, this little veil with little blue bows, which is in good condition. Also vintage, of course. Also all of this from about the 60s, this thing. And also a little bit of hat trim, such as this velvet bow. This flower, which has seen better days. And then nice hat trim. And even this, which is not hat trim, but trim for your blouse, your dress, your bridal thing, So when I started digging through and seeing hats, and I saw the hat box, and there was a hat in it, and I saw that there was a little bit of trim, which sometimes does well, I thought, ooh, okay, I'll just take all of it. And we paid about $20 for all the hat stuff. So that was reasonable. I'd rather get it for 10, but that's fine. It's likely that I'll make a slim, dainty profit on that. And what I love about it is that you never know. Those things are harder to price. You never know which one thing people will go, oh, I'm bidding on this hat, or yes, I will buy this hat for $22, when you thought, oh, maybe it's worth $10. So what we'll do at this point is reserve the jewelry part for a second video, which will be coming right up, and we'll see you very, very soon.